Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 92 and today I am back with a brand new episode of If I Was. The last episode, or I should say the first episode, was well received, lads, and I got some good feedback from the comments and inboxes I've received. So I'm going to start off with Arsenal now, because that was one of the most requested, especially on my PlayStation Network. As you can see, the goalkeeper is Chesney, I believe that's pronounced. I think he's a good goalkeeper. He's 22 years old, he's 6'5", lads, and on his day I think he's a very solid goalkeeper. And to be honest, lads, if you look at the backups, you have like Maone or something that's pronounced. I have to actually just get rid of him, or maybe get rid of Fabihaske or something like that, and then actually just keep one of them as the backup, because I think Szczesny is definitely the one to go with, because he is the Poland international. I think he's the starting goalkeeper for Poland, and he's just going to get better with more time in. The right back is Bakary Sanga or something like that. Arsene Wenger plays. He's 29 now, lads. He has got defensive work rate, and when he does stay fit, he is a very, very solid right back. Sometimes he gets caught out of position because he attacks too much. I don't think FIFA's really got the attacking work rate sorted right. But if you look at the bench, who they have is probably Carl Jenkinson's probably the best sort of little backup player. Would be I think he's a young player now. If he gets more game time, I'm sure he can grow into someone good. But I wouldn't say he's going to grow up to be one of a world class player. So maybe look at bringing in a new right back, maybe like Piszczek from Dortmund, someone like that who's an established right back who's going to affect the team right away. The two centre backs, as you can see, we have Szczesny and Vermaelen. Two solid centre backs. I'd say Vermaelen's definitely the best one out of them all. He's actually the Belgian captain, I believe, or maybe the vice captain. I'm not 100% sure about that. He is only 26, but you look at Szczesny, and to be honest, lads, every time I seem to watch him, he seems to either make a massive mistake or score an own goal. And I don't think he's really the type of Arsenal centre-back they need. Of course, they do have Mertesacker, who's a very, very good centre-back, especially when he played in his time for Germany. And his time, I think he's over got like, 78 caps or something like that for Germany, maybe even more than that. He's very good, but I don't know, maybe it's just he's not staying fit enough or something. Maybe he can't adjust to the quickness of the Premier League, but it doesn't seem solid. So maybe a new centre-back is what definitely Arsenal needs, just to stop leaking in goals, especially against weird teams. They do seem to get bullied a lot, especially if teams like Stoke. As you can see, the De Juro, I think that's pronounced, and Squally, it's absolutely ridiculously bad, lads. I wouldn't keep either of them. I think DJ's actually been sold to or put on loan to Hanover, and Squally I think he's just going to get released, to be honest, lads. No one's coming in from him, and he is on a high wage. He's one of the highest earners actually in Arsenal right now, so that's kind of crazy. I didn't actually know that. The left back, Kieran Gibbs and Andre Santos, is the two left backs. I wouldn't say either of them was too good, lads. There was a lot of promise about Gibbs, and everyone was raving about him a couple of years ago, but it doesn't seem that great, lads. He's not getting any better. I think he's got sort of stalemated. I think a left back is something you can look into as well, or maybe just continue to give Gibbs more playing time, because Santos, every time I see him play, it sort of seems like he's playing for the opposite team, because he just gets caught too far up front. I don't think he's that good. Mikel Arteta is starting in the midfield. He is 30 years old now, and of course, being an Everton fan, I really like Arteta, and I of course don't blame him for leaving to go and play like he's dreaming, sort of challenging for trophies, etc. Well, he was supposedly challenging for trophies, but you only get maybe a year or two out of him, lads, because he is 30 and he'll have to move on. So I think Wilshere, I think he's just came back from that injury, so that's why he's not been getting as many games. But if you bring in Wilshere and get him playing and he's fit, I think he's going to be definitely a world beater, lads. He's so good in real life, and if he gets, I think he's only 20 or 21, so if he gets more game time, I definitely don't see needing to buy a new centre mid. I think you've got Wilshere there, and he's very solid. Diaby is sort of unique, because sometimes he looks absolutely amazing and he's so strong and so good defensively. Other times he's absolutely horrendous. So he's sort of a weird one. You can also put in Ramsey there as well. When I find him quite that would maybe be a good partnership with Wilshere and Ramsey, because they're both young. Ramsey has been sort of playing, I wouldn't say great this season, lads, or maybe even last season as well. He sort of dipped off, but you have to remember that he is only 21 and he isn't playing in exactly a great Arsenal side. So if you get lots of games with Wilshere and Ramsey, I think they can build a partnership, being very young, sort of like what Man United do when they start off with the youngsters, like when they had Scholes and Giggs playing at the same time when they were young, and they sort of just got this sixth sense of each other. I think that's definitely something that can happen between Wilshere and Ramsey. So maybe that's a one good thing to look forward to if you're an Arsenal fan, is the development of those two young players. The next player that plays in midfield sort of plays just behind the striker, and that's going to be Cazorla. Not much needed to be said, to be honest. He's absolutely fantastic in real life. He can play a number of positions as well, so he's a very solid player. And also the backup player for him would be Rosicky. I wouldn't say I was be too happy with that. Maybe try and bring in a young player that's want to attack and play well, because I think Rosiski's sort of at the end of his tether. And also Frimpong, to be honest, I think he cares too much about his clothing line, than to actually play football lately. Cause you never see him actually playing football. He just, even on his Twitter, he doesn't really care about Arsenal results. He's just talking about his clothing line all the time. So maybe just cut him loose, lads, or loan him out to get some first team football. The right wing is of course going to be Theo Walcott. And as of right now, when I was looking, because I always check the transfer news before, Arsene Wenger said he's 99.9% sure Walcott's going to sign a new deal in the next few days or coming weeks. So if you're an Arsenal fan, it's got to be great. But one condition, of course, is Walcott is wanting to play striker. So I had a quick look at this, lads, and that would mean Giroud would have to obviously drop out the side. And I think he's a very good player. He's 6'4". I think he's just starting to adjust to the Premiership now. And if he gets regular service, got whipping those balls, maybe from Wilshere playing now and Ramsey, two passers of the ball, I think that'd be a very solid striker, especially if you've got Walcott and Podolski on the wing. But another way I was looking at this, lads, if you do play Walcott as the striker, you could actually play Oxlade-Chamberlain on the wing and have him there, because he's only 19, remember, lads. I think he's just going to stay, even if he's on the bench a lot. You have him in right wing, you have Walcott in striking position, you have Podolski left wing. That's an unbelievable strike force, lads. You've got to be really excited if you're an Arsenal fan, but it's just Wenger will not play this formation. I've no idea why he doesn't play the three of them together. I think that'd be unbelievable. That'd be like two new signings if they played this sort of formation, instead of like playing people like Gervinho and Shamak up front. People like that is absolutely horrendous. Should never be in an Arsenal shirt, to be honest. Podolski's, of course, one of my favourite players, so I don't really need to talk too much about him. You know, I absolutely love him in the game and in real life. Gervinho, as I've already mentioned, is absolutely horrendous. I'd take any bids over 5 million just to get rid of him, to be honest, lads. I don't care what he's paying. I think he's on 135 grand a week or something like that, and he's absolute horse crap. He couldn't hit a barn door with a shotgun half the times I watch him. And of course, another backup left wing is Arshavin. I'd sell Arshavin as well. Shamak has of course been loaned out to West Ham, so that'd be another out, free up some wage budget, so they can actually pick up some new players if you want. Maybe get another young midfield player, as I said, to slot in behind Cazorla if any injuries or etc like that. So yeah, lads, if you're looking at Arsenal squad, there's a few people that could leave to leave space for wages, because you know they don't like to play, they have like this sort of wage policy. And also, if Mavi, I think, would have been a perfect buy for Arsenal, and could have just sat him in midfield if you want, because you could put Cazorla left wing. But of course, he's about to sign for QPR, lads. So yeah, lads, this is what's going to be the ins and out now. This is always what it's going to be towards the end. So hopefully you did enjoy this video of If I left anyone out, or if you've got any more suggestions, please leave it down in the comments. As of right now, the only two players that Arsene Wenger's have been officially mentioned is Cavani is interested in signing. That's the striker from Napolio, I think that's pronounced. But to be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. And Saha, he's also confirmed interest at 3 PM today, and that's the 17th of the 1st, 2013, I should say. But yeah, lads, as always, I've been CJ Novo 92. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.